Good morning, YouTube. Y'all, it's your girl, Nikki. And y'all gotta excuse me. Of course, it's 7:40 in the morning, almost 8 o'clock. And I just dropped my little sister off at school. And I did a video last night, but I wanted to come on and do another video this morning. Simply because it's like, I just had a realization, an epiphany of how my life is going, how I'm trying to get more in alignment with God, but the things that I have not let go in my life that I feel like I will have to let go of in order to receive the fullness of God. Okay, let me set my button out. Excuse me. But so y'all, I had a Facebook page long time ago, right? I Well, somehow my Facebook page ended up getting hacked. And I didn't even create the first one that I had, but I never tried to create another one. I knew deep down inside that the things that was on Facebook, like being friends with family on Facebook and stuff like that, it's like I want so much more for my family than what I see. It's like I don't really like the negativity. Not even towards each other, because I feel like what is it? What is it really about? If we all family, what's the problem? What's the problem? You know, I just don't understand it, because we all go through things. But I don't understand when we see people go through certain things, we gotta be so judgmental of it. Now, I'm not gonna act like I don't comment on certain things that goes on in people's lives. I won't act like I'm just perfect as if I don't talk about things. But usually when I say something, it's because I know that people have judged me. Honestly, I done had people like straight up in my face, like I always said, that I always make little comments, family, about my life and what I had going on. So, of course, when tables turn, I won't say I be in a negative mind frame, but I would comment on it like, wow, like I didn't expect that from this person. Because to me, if you judge somebody off their life, let's say you want to judge somebody, you want to talk about your family because you feel like they don't pay their bills and stuff like that. Well, how can you, if you turn around and end up in a situation where your bills are unpaid? To me, that's surprising. Because if you're going to judge somebody because they don't pay their bills, why would you put yourself in a situation where you don't pay yours? You know what I'm saying? And I won't say I would talk about a person negatively because of they don't pay their bills. Or, but I would be like, that surprised me that this person would end up in a certain situation knowing that they judged this person or judged me or, judged anybody because of the same thing. Like, how you going to end up in the same situation that you talked about another person about? Like I said, I may comment, but I will never be like, that's what they get. Like, I don't say stuff like that. I don't be like, oh, what goes around comes around. I don't do stuff like that, but to me, I would be concerned as to why that person ended up in that situation. When they hold themselves to a higher standard than other people, how you end up in the same situation. But I already know we all are the same. Just because you on top at 1 minute don't mean you won't never come crashing down. God sits high and he looks down low. And the same reason you feel like you succeeding or whatever, the same job that's giving you the money, you never know. You can go to work one day and they don't even want you no more. Like, things change. And I I can honestly say that has been me. Like, I have been that person that would comment but not try to judge. I really honestly, I really try to see the good in everybody. I really try to see the good, especially on my family, but even people that come up to me, I don't automatically, unless I just know you're an evil person, or if you come off and you give me that vibe that something's wrong, you know what I'm saying? Then I might back off and go my other way. But other than that, I really try to see the good in people and I don't judge. But this world, y'all, I promise y'all, it's so hard up off of negative stuff. Like, they will love to talk about negative things about you and turn around, if something positive happened in your life, they still gonna judge it. Like, I just do not understand why people feed off of negative stuff. I don't get it. I honestly do not get it. And like I said, it's like I'm trying to hold on to relationships and my family, because I do love my family. I love them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not close with all of them. Majority of them I'm not just close with. You know what I'm saying? But there will never be a time where if they need me, I turn my back or something like that. No. But I just don't understand why people feed off of negative stuff. Like, they just wanna see other people doing bad. Or they always want to compare their life to the next person's life. I promise y'all, the situation that I am in now, I've never compared my life to someone else's life. But I promise y'all, when God started blessing me, when I met my husband, for number one, I had a cousin that said, my husband, military, he part-time military, part-time National Guard. When I first met my husband, I had cousins staying with me, whatever. One of the cousins seen him, you know what I'm saying? I told her about him, and oh, military, oh, they don't make no money. Automatically they don't make no money. Y'all, this man he has always had money since I've known him. And some things is always based off of how you carry yourself, because he ain't had no kids, whatever. So, and he's always been that man to try to make sure he had something. And I ain't talking about like a whole lot of money, because now he ain't got a whole lot of money. But he made sure he ain't broke. If he didn't want a soda from the store, he ain't got to ask nobody for some damn change. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't going to say that his life or our life has always been perfect, because there was time where we fell down on our luck too. But we've never been that person, the type of people that sit around and talk about the next person. When we in our household, we focusing on each other or focusing on whatever it is that we want to do. We're not looking at talking about the next person like, oh, you heard about, just, why they do this and why, like, we're not those kind of people. But I see that that's what people love. I don't get it. Because I feel like if you just ain't no millionaire, if you ain't where you want to be at in life, you shouldn't be focused on what nobody else got going on. Focus on yourself. And I promise y'all, that's honestly how I've always been. I didn't have a car a lot of the times growing up, like majority of the time growing up. I didn't have a vehicle. I bought me a vehicle one time. It was a little raggedy thing, whatever. But my money paid for it, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask nobody else. But I had me a vehicle, whatever. When I tell y'all, I've always had a place to stay. Not saying that I didn't have to never go back to my grandmother's house or I live with this person or whatever. But I did majority of the time try to keep my own place. I always try to have my own place. And within those years, can't nobody ever say Nikki called them to help her pay a bill. If I'd rather for my bill to be behind and I get it out the mud before I went to somebody and asked somebody to help me. The thing is, like I said, I was never just a praying person. I never just like try to just get in alignment and have a relationship with God. The way that I am now, I didn't do that back in the day. But I had my moments where I would be like, you know, my cousin that stayed with me, she'd be like, oh, Nikki in her feelings. Whenever I started playing my gospel music and listening, you know, listening to my gospel and feeling it and stuff like that, it was never that I was in my feelings. It's just that at times I had to focus on God. I needed that because I don't have, like, I feel like the main reason, and like I said on my last video, I feel like my mom has been gone 24 years today. And I feel like the reason why God took my mom is because I felt like my mom would have been a crutch to me. Even though I didn't do exactly what I needed to do a lot of the time. Like a lot of times I lost her and I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. I did. But I felt like God was lining me up for me to know that, girl, one of these days, you're going to realize you don't need nobody else but me. I really feel like that. Because my mom was my everything. Before she left, I did choose. I used to see, like I said, she didn't have the most money and stuff like that. So we struggled. But I never blamed her for the struggle. Now, I probably got mad if we didn't probably have a meal or something. But I promise you, I was satisfied once that meal came. Like, I never just was like, oh my God, like, I don't like my mom because of the things that we went through. Because of that, I've never been that person. Love, I always outweighed any situation that I've been through or that I had to go through living with my mom. But like I said, I feel like God put me in that situation, and he put me, surrounded me around family, and he surrounded me around other people so that I would know at the end of the day, he's all that matters. Having a relationship with God is all that matters. Because humans don't fail you. If you got somebody that don't fail you, you're a lucky person, and you better cherish that person. But other than that, everybody else gonna fail you, and you'll feel like they're talking about you. But I promise you, they talk about you, they judge you. I promise y'all, like, it could be the simplest thing. Even with I'm gonna name something else. I tried to have, I don't know if I brought this up in any of my other videos, but I tried to have a Mother's Day event for my mom. Do y'all not know? Trying to have something just for my mom who's been gone 24 years now caused such a racket with family and other people around me that made me feel bad for doing the things that I wanted to do for my mom who been gone 24 goddamn years today. Like, I didn't want the event to be, well, actually it was me and my sister. My sister didn't reach out to people to try to invite nobody. So I was pretty much the one who was inviting everybody. Which it was supposed to be me and her. But that's another story. But I reached out to everybody, trying to, I reached out to everybody who I knew had a relationship with my mom. Because my home is not just so big to invite everybody. I had a 4th of July event, and it was a whole it was too many people here, so I didn't want to just have it like that. But anybody who wanted to purchase a shirt that had my mama picture on it, I wanted everybody to get that. Anybody who wanted a shirt could have had a shirt. But I did not want everybody at my house because I didn't want the event to be just so big. That was just period. And the main people who I invited was those people who I seen had a relationship with my mom. Y'all, my family has had events that I did not get an invite to. I got cousins that used to go out to eat all the time. But I never got the phone call. Nobody ever reached out to me and say, Nikki, do you want to go to this place? Do you want to come out to eat with us? I've never gotten that invite. I've never gotten that invite. So it's like, why, when I do something and choose to invite certain people, it's a problem. And y'all, when I tell y'all family, I promise you, you can't be a people pleaser. I have really tried to be on the good side of everybody, knowing that people talked about me, judged me, all this other stuff. But people feed off of that's what they like. They don't want to love you. Well, I won't say love, but they don't want to like you. They want to be able to sit around with the next person and talk about you because that's how people is. They just like that. And I promise y'all, since I got back on, I did not want to have another Facebook page. I didn't want to be friends with family, honestly. I did not. I didn't want no family on my page because I don't want to see the negativity. I would rather just be able to scroll and look at everybody else's life rather than look at my family life. Like, I assume everybody's doing good and I don't want to see nothing else. Of course, the negativity stuff, it comes to me, whatever goes on Facebook and people not liking each other and all that other stuff, it still comes to me. But y'all, let me tell you something. I even be like, oh my God, I don't even want to hear it. Sometimes it just be so much. It be like, what for? It's like people really take life for granted. They really feel like they can cuss this person out and that same person gonna be here tomorrow for them to just love on. And it's not like that. My mom was here one day and was gone the next. She had heart problems growing up as a child. She did. She had a pacemaker. Every time I laid on her, I would hear the tick, 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 tick. And as a child, I didn't understand what it was. So when I used to lay on her, I remember one time laying on her, Mama, why you got that ticking noise in you? Why I hear that every time I lay on you? And she was like, well, that's helping me with my heart. Y'all got to excuse me. I might get a little emotional because it is 24 years today. And she said, that's my heart. If that stopped ticking, then Mama gone. Well, she didn't say if it stopped ticking, Mama gone. But she just told me that it helped with her heart. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I never knew and I never thought that it would stop ticking. I never thought that my mom would be here one day and gone the next. I never thought about it. She was here, and that's all I saw. That's all I saw. That's all I thought about. That's all I knew. And so I cherish now, since my mom been gone, I really try to cherish the relationships that I have with people. But everybody don't feel the same. Everybody don't cherish people. People look at people as if they're disposable, and they can have a relationship with you today and don't give a damn about you tomorrow. And it's like, even knowing that, I still have tried to stick my neck out and still try to have relationships with people and stuff like that. But it don't work, because you'll always end up on the shitty end of the stick when you still trying to put your feelings into it. When you still trying to have a relationship and just show that you care about people, you will still end up on the shitty end of the stick, because everybody's not going to want to receive what you put out. They don't know how it feels. to have that person here one day and then go on the next, even if they've lost somebody. It still don't matter to them. So y'all, that's the reason why, honestly, I chose to have a relationship with God. I chose to be in alignment with Him, and it's getting even more heavier, even more weighing on me to just let relationships go, because I'd rather be at home, read my Bible, getting closer to God. Somebody who I know won't turn their back on me. Somebody who I know, even if the hard time comes, He's still going to be in my life. He's still going to be there for me to feel better about myself. Like they say, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Even if I cry myself to sleep, when I wake up the next day, God has given me another chance to feel better. So I'm never going to settle for just feeling sorry about anything or just being sad about stuff. I have really tried to settle relationships and try to have relationships with people because I understand how it is to have someone here today and gone the next. And that's the reason why I have tried. But I cannot allow people to beat up on me and feel like they want to be close with me today and then not close with me the next day. I can't do that because honestly, God didn't put it in me to try to do stuff like that, but He just put it in me to love people and accept them for who they is. So that's why I've learned to just love them and not expect anything from them, not expect a relationship from them, not to put my heart into relationships with people. And this is it all stems from trying. Because I'm not the perfect person, but I know I've never done anything just so bad to anybody to make them feel like, oh, Nikki just a nasty person. I've never been that way. Never. But do that stop people from treating me like shit? No, it don't. It does not. So my relationship with God is everything. And y'all, I vow to make it better. I vow to the time and energy that I put into trying to have relationships with people, that I still try to answer my phone for people when I'm reading my Bible, when I try to answer my phone for people when I'm listening to my word. I vow to stop that. I vow to stop that. Because it's like, I'm still giving them a chance. I'm letting them come in between what I got going on with God. And I don't want nobody to come in between that. God is my almighty. He is my everything. I've never, ever, ever felt bad when I was reading my word or felt bad when I was listening to my word. It always is a joy. It's a Holy Ghost. It's a spirit that I feel that makes my heart smile when I'm, excuse me, y'all, when I'm listening and when I'm getting in alignment with Him. It's nothing but pure happiness. And I encourage y'all to get a relationship with Him too. I can't just, say scriptures and stuff like that because I'm not going to say that I'm that type of person because I'm trying to get there myself. But I am the type of person that can tell y'all what I have experienced in my life and why I want to get a closer relationship with God. I could honestly tell you that. And anything that I'm saying on my videos is pure experience. That's it. It's experience. And I'm not steering nobody wrong. And just like I said, I felt like God wanted me to be able to tell my story because it is a story to tell, y'all. And I promise you, if y'all listen, I got some real juicy stuff. I don't know if I want to just put myself out like that. But I want to talk about the bad and the good. Even the bad that I've done, even the mistakes that I've done. I want to talk about that too. I know that'll get a lot more, probably more views than anything, because I got some juicy. It's the number one thing that I really want to tell. Got something dealing with men, but it's something that I know I was judged back then about it, and I could be still judged today because people, you know what I'm saying, wanna do that. But everything is a learning lesson. Everything is a lesson learned. And I promise I will never, ever, of course, I can't never put myself in that situation again. But I'm going to tell it because I'm not embarrassed by it. I was young, dumb, and my mom was gone. So I don't know. I didn't know. I thought with other things and not with the head that I got on top of my shoulders. So I got off subject, but y'all, my purpose for this video is to just get in alignment with God and don't let people interrupt or distract you from your relationship that you're getting. Because he wants all your attention. When you're giving him the attention, he wants it all. You have to block out the negativity, block out the gossip, block out everything. You have to block it out. And my family gonna be wondering, well, nigga, what happened to your Facebook page again? I deleted it. Cause honestly, y'all, I don't want no friends. It's like, and I hate when my family send me friend requests because I don't want them to feel like well, look, that's people pleasing again. But I don't want people to feel like I don't want to be friends with them. But it's and it has nothing to do with anything materialistic or my marriage or anything. But it has everything to do with God. It has everything to do with my relationship with God, and I want that to be number one. And I want that my relationship to be head. My relationship with God is head of my household. It's head of my mind. I want to wake up and think about God. I want to go to sleep and think about God. I want to, throughout my day, praising God, just praising God, just praising God. Giving him all the praise, all the glory. Y'all, I'm going to end this video because it's going on 30 minutes. But get your relationship with God, y'all. And ignore the distractions. Don't let nobody deter you from wherever you get your word from, the relationship that you got, that you get from Lord, my Savior, Jesus Christ. Don't let nobody deter you from that. And y'all have an awesome Friday. I'm going to try to make the best out of this day. And it's also my grandmother's birthday. She's 81 or 82. But I'm going to try to have an awesome day today. And you all do the same. Happy Friday. Y'all have a good day.